Hello, everybody. Welcome to Tuesday Night TerrorVision. I'm your host, Pete, joined by the one, the only J-Man. Welcome, brother.
Thank you for having me on.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Yeah, I was looking through the intros, and I'm like, ooh, this was one from last October. I mixed up. I have that one, Halloween 4. I did 1 through 4.
So good.
Nice. I think because I did one for every Monday, and then I did a couple of them for Tuesdays too. With the editing, those are always fun to remix. Some of the best horror intros, I think, were especially Halloween 4. I fell in love with that.
Yes.
The moment I saw that movie,
showing the sort of the scenes of the town and stuff, and just showing the different. That was I know. Yeah, you really like Halloween 4. So do I. One of my big gripes of the new trilogy was in that first Halloween movie, they kept saying, oh, we're ignoring all previous Halloween movies. And when they made the movie, my buddy and I, Sean, who you've been on stream with on my channel, we walked out, we were like, that was just Halloween 4. Like, that was just an inferior Halloween 4 take. And I thought, what was the point of touting that? Like, oh, it's got to be this big thing. Return to the true Michael Myers. Like, we had that in Return of Michael Myers. We already had that.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say, it was called The Return of Michael Myers.
I saw this movie. I know I've seen this before.
It's the vastly superior version.
Yeah. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. That would be my top. Like, I don't think we've ever done an order, but like, if you're counting 3, I don't know if we're counting 3, but.
I mean, you can't. That's a fantastic standalone movie. If that is just Season of the Witch, that is an awesome movie.
Yeah.
I still like. I don't think ranking it in the previous, with the Halloween movies does it justice, because you can't really correlate it to the rest of the franchise. But I mean, there's so many timelines in there anyway. Does it really matter?
No, I've seen someone do like a flow chart, and you're just like, I know the flow chart myself. I've explained it to people, but if we don't count that one, 1, 2, 4. I do watch 5, just because it's got some goofy stuff. But like 1, 2, 4, 5, like I had all those on VHS, watched them 100 million times over. Those are like, that's what Halloween is to me. It's like Friday 1 to 8. Like that's what kind of Friday 13th is to me. Hellraiser, the first 4. Though I did like I kind of like all the Hellraiser movies. I even like that new one, that 2022 one, which I thought was all right.
I liked it because it showed more configuration of the lament configuration in different shapes. Like I said, the Leviathan configuration is what I want to get on my tattoo.
Yeah, like the full pyramid or whatever it's called. Yeah, the spike.
Yeah. Yep, I love that. That is, awesome. I saw that and I was like, oh, I have a lament configuration upstairs on my shelf next to my NECA pinhead.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, I bought it when I was at Cincinnati Horror Hound a couple years ago. I was like, I had to pick one up. I saw it was like $25. I'm like, I'm getting one of these. I'm like,
I think I started with Bloodline in the theater. I'd seen them all before that, so Bloodline was the first one I saw in the theater. I thought it was awesome, and I liked Angelique, and I bought her toy, and I've got all the toys from that, and I've got some of the comics, and I did read the first book, Hellbound
Heart.
It's pretty much the same as the movie. There's differences. Like Kirsty is the daughter. She's actually a love interest.
Okay.
Which is weird. And that's Clive Barker adapting his own work, which is weird that he made the love interest the daughter. I guess he figured if it's the love interest, you lose sympathy for the character because he's married anyways. Like he's married to Julia. I know Julia's bad, but they have to keep the dad pure, right? That was the whole point, to keep him.
Yeah.
Because Uncle Frank or whatever is like a real ass.
I was gonna say Uncle Frank is kind of a shitbag,
but he is awesome.
He is. I've got some.
Oh, I've got those. Yeah, those are the ones.
I got a few right here.
Yeah, that's it. Those are the ones. Yeah.
I was looking. I was like, I know I have some Hellraiser books.
Yeah.
And I'm looking, and then there's a bunch of I got a bunch of George.
Ooh, I don't have any of the. Spider-Man I might have, but I don't have those other ones. I don't have Living Dead. That's cool.
Yeah, there's this is a mess of Spider-Man, Sabretooth, and there's a ton of Silver Surfer books back here.
Oh, those are good if it's those Volume 1 or whatever. Those are all good.
Oh my god, I read a bunch of those when I took like probably 30 comics when I was flying to Vegas, and that's what I was doing on my flight, was just listening to music and reading comics. But no, the Hellraiser movies, the new one, and I was now, and I'm aware of the difference between the lead Cenobite, which he wasn't called Pinhead in the book.
Yeah,
there was no reference to that, and he was sexually ambiguous, androgynous, as it was described.
Sure,
leaning more feminine, correct?
People are saying that. I read that book, and the problem is that Clive Barker had already made his movies when I read that book. So when I read that book, I looked at Clive Barker's film that he made and figured that's what he visually wants Pinhead to be. Mm-hmm. So I was one of the big, the big, not toxic fandom, because I'm never toxic. I never really care that much, but I was one of the oh god, here we go, right? But I actually liked that person. I don't know what I'm supposed to say. I liked that person as that character.
I will say this, because I did look into Jamie Clayton's background.
Jamie Clayton, that's the name.
And I will refer, out of respect, to Jamie Clayton as a she. And I'm normally not one to, tout that, but Jamie Clayton is quiet about who she is.
Right. She's just an actress. She's just playing the role, and that's the end of it.
I'm aware of that. It wasn't, she wasn't originally. And this is me saying, look, you're not fucking out there screaming from the rooftops trying to tell me and preach to me. You just played a role in a movie. I'm fucking cool with that. I thought the performance was good. I thought the Cenobite design was cool.
It was.
The traps were good. Yeah. The acting, the characters in this were utterly useless and forgettable. All of them. The only ones you cared about were the Cenobites. At least me.
Yeah.
I was like, the main protagonist girl, I was just like, I don't fucking care about you. Not like you did Kirsty. I didn't. I was just like, I couldn't connect with the characters at all. Like, I knew, the rich guy, he was evil.
Yeah,
obviously, I'm like, okay, this guy's a douchebag. He's playing the role very well. But like the other characters, I'm just like,
yeah, they were bland.
They were. It was almost like the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which was very tongue in cheek. I think it was meant to be that way, to make these modern, like, oh, well, you may like the one I'm going to sue you and I'm going to videotape you. Well, the one guy on the bus was like the Leatherface. You're canceled, bro.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, guts him with a fucking chainsaw. It's like,
that was awesome.
It was.
The bus part was awesome.
And then like the one girl is all anti-firearm, and they make the guy look like, he's the big asshole. And like I wanted more out of that character, and he was gone like that. I'm like, what? Why this guy? I understand why, but I'm like, he should have had a little bit more,
Mm-hmm.
And the same with I just Elmer fudded it. I was like Cody Rhodes. Death me, daddy, death and lift. You got from my father, Dusty. I'm the son of a plumber.
I love Dusty Rhodes. He's like top ever for me, man. He's the best.
Same, he gave a generation of fat guys out there a lot of hope that they could.
He did. We looked up. I was over a 300. I was like, I'm looking up Dusty Rhodes. See, he could do it.
And dude, that was the one thing about Dusty. Not to get you off track, but like his physique never mattered because the dude had charisma, and his promos were spot on. All right, enough wrestling. Trina just sent me an angry wall of text.
Like, stop it.
Right. She's like, you're defiling our show. Damn you. Do I have to do? Alas, poor Trina. I knew her.
Oh no!
I'll start going into Shakespeare. I did that in one of my wrestling promos. I did Shakespeare. I was like, "Who else is doing Shakespeare?"
No, I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen all your promos.
Who else did Shakespeare in a promo? All right, but we reviewed. We're reviewing. We watched Demons from 1985, and he's got the Blu-ray
1 and 2 on here, part 1 and 2.
Wait, there's a sequel to this?
Yeah, it continues from there. I neglected to tell you that, but I neglected to tell you that for a reason. And I will say this, that if I without weed, so chat, we have not talked about this. We watched the movie, that's it, and we haven't spoken. Now, Demons is one of my favorite movies, and I've watched it 100 times. So, never talked about this. There's a character who's clearly awesome in this movie, and he gets killed way too early because you're like, this guy was taking charge, he was awesome, and then he gets killed.
Yes, dude, pimp. The pimp.
So he's in part 2, normal, like he's just back, and that's it.
He was like one of the main like zombies. You saw him get killed.
Yeah, he's the front zombie of the
yeah.
So so Sean and I are watching part 2, and I'm like, because I had both on VHS, I'm like, how is he back? They're like, he just knew he was so awesome they had to bring him back. There's no explanation. He's literally just back just to be back.
Yep.
But we'll talk about part 2 after. But yeah, so Demons part 1. I was trying. I have 1 and 2 on VHS, and my VHS tapes are in my storage locker. I'm in a condo, so storage locker is underground. And I went there, and it is literally buried in the back.
Oh.
I really wanted to show you. Maybe I can get a picture on my phone. I wanted to show you the VHS box because it's very important. And the reason it's important is that it was a movie I was scared to rent.
Really?
That's how how Demons came about for me was that I would go rent at a local store. They would let me rent anything as a kid. So I rent all the Friday 13s. I could rent anything I wanted. We were scared to rent Demons. I'll find a picture on my phone. We were scared to rent Demons because the cover was like, whoa, this demon face. Oh, it's so scary. Finally, we got the courage to rent it. And it's the guy that comes out of her back.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that guy's the full cover. I'll show it to you in a second. Anyways, so we were scared to it. So we rented it. And we're like, wow, this movie's the best ever. And then I own that VHS copy because when that store was closing, I bought that VHS tape that I was scared to watch. Awesome. So I actually have that one from that store. And I actually have the Friday 13 part 5 and 6 from that store that I had rented. So I have the rental and I have Ghost Town. I don't know if you ever heard of a movie called Ghost Town. It's Charles Band. It's my poster. You're never going to be able to see it. That's the poster of it right there. It's behind everything. That's an awesome movie. We're gonna have to put that on the list. But and I have that Ghost Town. I rented that Ghost Town for my birthday parties for like 2 or 3 years in a row. They made him a twin brother. Yeah, maybe it's his twin brother. There's 2 pimps in the family. Well, hey, Skeptic, how's it going, dude? What is that the guy with Boba Fett? What are you saying?
Oh, he's talking about with the pimp. Isn't that what they did with Boba Fett? He fucking died in the Sarlacc pit. When the books were written. Yeah, I read the Tales of the Bounty Hunters.
I have that. Yeah, it's on my shelf. It's awesome.
I read it to my son at bedtime. He loved it. But I've had him, like I said, I got him into Star Wars from the moment he was little. He was sitting on the couch watching Star Wars, and then he would be watching horror movies. Like I said, the first time he watched, I broke him in, he watched Halloween 4. That was his first Michael Myers movie, because that's a nice tame entry point.
Yeah.
That was my first Halloween. I saw Friday the 13th part 6 before I saw that, that was my first Friday the 13th, and I have like a big emotional attachment to that one. Well, it's my favorite.
It's my favorite. It's
4 and 6 are like the just superior the bookends of the Jarvis trilogy. All right, we're getting 100%. Off topic. Get off topic on Friday 13th. We can talk about you, and we can talk about Friday 13th for days, though. So I had never seen this movie before. I had never seen this. I've seen I think it was on Shudder at one point, because they have a lot of the Argento Bava films.
Oh, okay. Yep.
So because I have Shudder, and I was scrolling through movies, and I went to because after I never watched really foreign horror movies outside of the occasional British, like Dog Soldiers, which is
that's
awesome. A phenomenal movie.
An awesome movie, yeah.
But yeah, that's this, so I'm looking, and so there's Argento movies over there now, and I can't remember if this is one of them, but I've seen it somewhere else, looking through movie covers, or you're Googling something like Night of the Demons, and this would pop in because
that's great too. Night of the Demons is awesome.
We did a watch party for that.
Yeah, I know you did that. Oh man, I would have loved to have come on for that one. I friggin' love that movie. I got the poster. I have the one sheet, the full poster, the actual poster of Night of Demons Part 1 with Angela holding up the
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That one isn't there, there's like multiple sequels to that.
There's 3. So Angela's in all 3, but the actress who plays her is the sister of the first actress. So it's a different actor for the 2 and 3. They're all pretty good, but Part 1 is like the super champion like ever. It's great. Like when Linnea quickly puts the lipstick in her thing.
She puts it right into her nipple. When we were watching that on stream, I was like,
what? It was a good effect. It still looks good now. I've got that on Blu-ray.
That's what I said. I'm like, the effect was like
pretty good. Yeah.
They put a complete prosthetic over there and got that to where it looked balanced. I was like, damn, they just whole prosthetic chest.
Yep.
With a gimmick in there to just an entry point for that. That was insane. Like, think about, because that was made in what, 89 or 88? Well, it was released then.
Sure of the year of it, but like
it was released then, but obviously it was made like a year or so before.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's even more impressive when you think about the time frame in which that effect exists. And it's Linnea Quigley. I mean,
she's the best. I found this is the cover.
Oh my God, that is terrifying. You know, I need to do a side-by-side with him and Yogurt from Spaceballs. They look, he's like, oh God, it's my cousin. He's a bit unkempt.
I saw that in the theater. My mom took me to see Spaceballs in the theater. I was like, this is awesome.
That's another one I saw when I was a kid. And then I showed it. I got the Blu-ray. And I watched Trey loves Star Wars. I'm like, what the hell? One day I want to watch it. So he sat there and he was like, this is awesome. What is this? I'm like, this is, and I was explaining like parodies to him and stuff like that. But I woke up one morning and he's just sitting there watching Spaceballs. Because like he was probably like, I want to say like 5. I come out and he's just sitting there going, merchandising. Like, oh my God. I'm like, oh God, it's starting already. The signs are showing. But no, man, this Demons movie was fun, and it was written by Dario Argento.
Right. So we've been keeping so we've got Lamberto, son of Mario. So we did a Mario. Yeah, Skeptic. She shoved it right into the nipple. We've kept it all in the family, sort of. It's Argento and Bava related.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, Skeptic. Spaceballs was responsible for my huge crush on Daphne Zuniga.
Oh, she is awesome.
And then when she showed up on Melrose Place, I was like,
oh yeah.
Joe. I was watching it. Literally, I was watching Melrose Place, laying in bed watching that the other night. And it's the arc where her husband comes in. Lyndon Ashby plays her husband. And then, he would later show up as another character completely in the fucking series, not Joe's husband. And I'm like, wait a minute.
What's going on? Why is there...
Good old soap opera. I fucking love soap operas so much. God damn. Yeah. I ended up dating.
I used to watch all the time.
I ended up dating this girl in college who looked like Elaine Bennis from Seinfeld.
Oh my gosh.
She was really dark skinned, but we watched Young and the Restless together.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I was like, we started watching this soap together, and I'm like, and I was going to ask her out. I'm like, wait a minute. What if she thinks I'm gay because I'm sitting here watching a soap opera with her? I'm like, well, I'll just shoot my shot and ask her out. And I asked her out, and she was like, yeah. I'm like, okay, cool.
Nice. You can talk about Y&R.
Yeah, that's,
I studied soap operas in one of my film courses. There's certain patterns to them that repeat in certain years, because they've got the demographics down to a point where they know exactly. Hey, it could not be reached. How's it going, dude? Yes, I own the church. I own the church, which is spun out of Demons 3. Yeah, I've got the church. I'm waiting. There's a 4K coming out. I might grab the 4K of the church, but I've got it on DVD for now.
I've never seen that.
Yeah, I've got that one too. I've got Could Not Be Reached as a buddy of mine. He knows I own everything.
I've seen him comment on things before.
Yeah, what's the point if it's going to be bad? Well, I mean, they can make. I don't know what they're going to do for space.
I know Mel Brooks is involved in it, and I love Mel Brooks. The man is a treasure.
Yeah, he's
but
awesome.
It's just like God. And hey, merchandising. He's trying to make that last. He's going. He's living. He's going. He's like, I'm going to make my money before I go. Good for you, Mel. I don't really need. It's not something I need or want. Is a sequel.
Yeah, I'm good with it on its own. Yeah,
it exists beautifully in its own universe. All right, we should get back to this movie. So, this is Lamberto Bava, who is Mario's
son.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Mario was Blood and Black Lace, which we covered whatever weeks ago or months ago.
That was a while ago. And like I said, the cast of this, you've got Fiore Argento is Hannah. I like and Garetta.
Yeah. Okay. So if you go to her filmography, I own like every movie she's in because that's the black chick who has an awesome transformation.
Yeah, I was gonna say her transformation scene was fucking badass. It
for
was
damn sure.
God, the effects in this, the thing popping on her face.
That was gross. Yeah,
it was gross, but it was so good.
Yeah.
Like the effects in this were. I think it holds up, honestly. I really do.
Yeah.
Okay, so the beginning of the movie, you meet the girl. I can't remember her name.
I don't know. She's cute though.
She was very cute. She reminded me of oh my God, which Friday the 13th movie? I'm trying to think. Is it the pregnant chick that gets offed in the hammock?
Oh gosh.
She kind of looked like her. That was like Jason's. That was Jason's double kill.
Right.
That was Jason's double kill. A lot of people cringe at that joke. I think it's funny. But she was Debbie.
Oh, Debbie
was
I don't remember. Yeah, but like
Debbie was her name.
She's very wholesome. It's like they got the most wholesome looking girl. It's like, oh, I'm just in my pretty little dress and I've got my blouse on and I'm going to meet my friend and we're just going to have a good time. And
always carrying books. She was
carrying books because she's smart.
Very studious. Yep, she's squared away. We sent her to the fight. You buy them books and send them to school, and all they want to do is eat the fucking teacher.
Yeah. Yeah, come on.
And her friend looked like the original girl that April O'Neil was based off of, the one that was dating was it Kevin Eastman?
Oh, like like you're talking about the first comics. Oh, holy shit! You're right. She does the hair. It's the hair. It's that frizzy hair or whatever. Yep. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I never thought of that.
When I saw her, I immediately went to Jennifer Beals from Flashdance.
Yeah.
And I felt some type of way because
I like Flashdance.
Yeah. I have the
movie.
It is. And I have the soundtrack on vinyl.
I've got it on my phone, but that's beautiful. That's
not
awesome.
A repro, it's the original.
Oh,
I bought it at a record store along with a Dean Martin
nice.
and a couple. Oh, yeah, man.
Shit, yeah, nice.
Yeah, an original Dean Martin that was. They're all tested and they work. So
that's great.
It's the same place I bought my 4-foot tall Darth Vader.
That's awesome too. All great purchases.
It's right at this collectible store is right at the end of the strip mall where the Dragon's Den stores the shop that we wrestle at.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's right down there. I purposely do not go down there that often because I'm like, no, you're going to spend money. He has comics too. He has a shitload of comics. Yeah. So last time I went in there, I bought that Darth Vader and like $100 worth of comics. So
yeah, anywhere I go, like there's a pulp fiction show this Saturday. I can't go because I'm going to New York Comic Con or New York. What am I saying? Niagara Falls Comic Con. And if I go, like, there's no way I'm walking out without less than 200 spent. There's just no way. I will find stuff to get, and I'm like, I can't do it because I'm already meeting a few people at that show, and I don't know what's going to be at that show. But hey, the music. We're back. I know we've had a few now where the music, I know Tenebrae started the bar real high.
Oh, it did.
But this is like, it starts immediately.
Oh,
like,
right. The opening credits. They go right into it. And this is the goblins. And
so this is all, I think, I don't know if it's one of the problem with Goblin. It's like one of these, like, I don't know. There's like a bunch of guys and then one guy from Goblin will just do one on his own. I listened to the guy's interviews on here, and he's like, I never do the same style every time, so I can't remember. I think it's one of the Goblin people. I'd have to look it up. But I actually watched his here goes soundtrack. Yeah, Claudio Simonetti, and I'm pretty sure he's part of Goblin. See, Deep Red, which is the shirt I'm wearing today. Suspiria, Dawn of the Dead, Tenebrae, Phenomenon, Demons, Opera, all that stuff, and I own all those movies on 4K.
and not to mention, you have Billy Idol, White Wedding.
Yes.
Except Fast as a Shark. Except was also, they sang Balls to the Wall, I believe. You had Motley Crue, Save Our Souls, Rick Springfield, The Pretty Maids, Go West. I like them. The Adventures and Saxon. I mean, you've got some particularly heavy hitters on this as far as like licensed music went too. Yeah. Like when I was watching the credits and I saw Motley Crue, I was like, oh shit. Like, and then you see Billy Idol and all these other ones. It's like, wow, they really went they went hard with the soundtrack.
Yeah, and they got those punk rocker characters, which, you know, that they kind of what I guess we'll get. So they got the books. The guy comes and gives them the movie pass, which I'm going to show you right now. I do have the movie pass.
Yeah, when you sent me that picture at first, I didn't understand what it was, and then I watched the movie. I'm like, oh, Metropole.
Isn't that awesome? That came with this. That guy was awesome on his own.
Yes.
Like, even that guy was cool. I was like, whoa, this guy's bloody awesome. This weird mask and Scored the Church. Yeah. Yeah. Once you get into these, and you're seeing this as we go, once you start getting into them, you start seeing the family. Now it's like, oh, there's that guy.
Yep.
Oh shit. That's, you know, the girl, the long red-haired girl. You had that other girl. You've seen her now. And I don't know how many movies. They're all in all the movies. You see them all the time, these girls.
The redhead girl. I thought she was going to be more integral to the entire plot, and I should have known. Richard Marx should have known better. You know, I mean, it was, I was like, damn it, duped again. You got me.
She's dead.
Yeah. I was like, she just got killed off, just like, just randomly.
Random.
Yep. Because the way she was acting and looking and kind of like her behavior, her body language, everything was like, it had like almost like a sinister aura about it.
I thought she was in on it with the mask guy. Like the mask guy looked weird. So you're like, well, this guy looks like it's not just makeup. It looks like the mask is like embedded into his face or something. But now we saw this at home, obviously, and I saw it at home. It would have been awesome to see it in the theater, because you're in a theater watching them in a theater, watching the movie. Mm-hmm. And that movie that they're watching is pretty awesome too. You start to review that. You're like, oh, this is coming. And they're like, oh, wait, whoever wears the mask becomes a demon. And man, when I'm watching this for the first time, and I want to hear your thoughts on this on the first time, because she comes in, she puts the mask on, Greta, that's her. And they're like, oh, she got cut. Okay, well, it's a sharp mask. It's metal. Then they're sitting in the movie and the guy puts the mask on. No, don't. You'll become a demon. Then he gets cut. And when I was watching that, and I don't know how old I was, you know, maybe 18 or something, I was like, oh, shit, what? That's cool. I'm like, oh, wait a minute.
Yep. And that was my, like, when she got cut, I'm like, okay. And in my head, I'm like, that happened for a reason. I'm like, file that away because it's going to come into play. And then, that was one thing with the movie, in a movie concept. I always liked that. They did that, and I'm gonna call to a Fred Decker movie. They did that in Monster Squad.
I love Monster Squad.
That is a fantastic. And Fred Decker's Night of the
I met him.
Oh, Night of the Creeps and Monster Squad.
He signed. I got both those signed on VHS,
and they exist in the same universe.
They're in the same universe. And I met the guy with the crutches.
Oh, did you?
He was with them.
Nice.
He wasn't even advertised. They just advertised Fred Decker, and then he was there. He's like, oh yeah. He was like, and I played this character. Like, oh my god. So he signed it too. Yeah, no, that Monster Squad's awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, movie in a movie.
Yeah, the movie in a movie. Thank you, because I lost my train of thought because we got sidetracked talking about Fred Decker movies, especially Monster Squad and Night of the Creeps. But yeah, the movie in a movie concept is really cool. And yeah, this was like they really put in the movie inside the movie was almost kind of better at points than the movie we were watching. Yeah. You know, it was, but it was good. And yeah, when he gets cut, and you're like, oh, it's like the Leo scene from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, the meme where it's like, oh, you know. Like that was it right there. It's like, yep. And then she's sitting there messing with. She goes, "Won't stop bleeding," you know. And I love their smoking in the theater. They're just,
I love it.
They're just smoking away in the theater, just like it's no thing. I'm like, you can't do that. I'm like, oh yeah, this is. Let's think here. It's 1985. Yeah, you could. I mean, like I remember sitting at McDonald's with my mom, and she's sitting there eating her fucking food, smoking a cigarette.
Oh yeah, my grandfather's I love that there's the blind guy. This is another thing with these.
Yes.
With these, there's always a person. There's always a minority or whatever, like a handicapped person.
Yeah, this is somebody of some disability.
Some disability person is there, and it's like, tell me what's going on. And then she's like screwing the guy on the side. I own popcorn. Could not be reached. Yeah, of course I've got popcorn. That's a great movie. I got that too.
Yeah. Okay, so this girl, I can't remember her name. But she was like pretty. She was like really pretty. And then the dude she's fucking around with looks like George Costanza. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this dude had better be. And I say this is a bald man. At least I'm more attractive than he was. Like, this cat, like, he just gave up on life. He's like, the middle is just gone. I'm just going to keep that white guy, the ring of death.
Yeah.
Like, have some self-respect, dog. Shave that. Shave that off, brother. Shave it. But no, she's not like banging him and the thing. I'm like the blind dude. First, they're messing around right next to him. Like, he has heightened senses. I'm like, wait a minute, it's not Daredevil.
he's Daredevil. He's a ninja.
He's like, I hear them kissing. Like,
it's like, what is going on here?
All he had to do was reach over and go like this. He would have grabbed a titty or something. But no.
Well, I thought it was convenient that he got his eyes ripped out because it didn't matter.
No,
he was still okay for a bit.
They should have showed the demons like messing with him. They're like, and he's not even flinching. Then the one just goes like this to him. Then just goes. They just like quick eye poke. They should have done it like a Stooges thing. They've done that. Like he goes like the demon goes like this. The guy goes like this. The demon goes like that.
Yeah. Oh, that would be
like that's one of those to him. That would have been like Night of the Demons. That would have happened. Not this.
Yeah, that would have been Night of Demons. The demons in this are very aggressive. Like they're very determined to turn you into a demon. They're not as enthusiastic to make fun of you or play with you. They're just sort of like a plague. And like I think the rules are weird. If you're scratched, even bled on, you're a demon. It's not just that, you have to get bitten. Like if the guy, it's just a scratch. Oh shit, it's just a scratch. That's not good. Anything turns you. So it's a little bit weird on the rules. I don't know what the demon, rules are anyways, but in this movie, it feels like, I think even if the blood goes into you, you'll become a demon as well, right? Like it's weird.
That happened to the one girl that was with her boyfriend.
Yeah.
Was that Hannah? That might have been Hannah.
I've seen this movie dozens of times. I don't remember anyone's name. It's like I know the main girl, the main guy, and the secondary main guy, and the secondary main girl, and the black guy, and the black girl. That's like your cast.
Yep, that's it. You had you had the pimp and his two girls, and he was like that character. I was like, man, he was awesome. He was like awesome. the most alpha badass character.
Yeah, why don't they keep saying they need representation? How about this guy? This guy came in, he's like, close it up, barricade those doors. What are you doing? You're letting them in. Let's go. And then people are climbing over. He's like knocking them out. And he goes, throw her overboard. It's like, no, don't throw her. It's like, you don't got the balls for this kid. It's like, you're like, whoa, this guy's the champion. He's got the big knife. He's got the switchblade knife.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah,
He
he
gives
was
the kid
awesome.
his knife. Here, take this.
Here, take, yeah, that was
Um,
cool.
no, he was good. He was a good character. But yeah, they don't write these characters with the school of thought of like they're going to be memorable characters you're going to call back to. You're going to be thinking about like what happened to them, not really who they were.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of these movies, like, that's why even the whodunit ones, like the Giallo, the proper Giallo, this isn't really Giallo, this is just an Italian horror movie. But like, yeah, like it's like there's your main guy who's trying to solve the case, and then that's really it. Like everyone else is like either just going to die or they're only there to serve information to the main character. Like here is the main character. You do remember, like in Bird with the Crystal Plumage, there's the guy that eats cats, who was that weird guy who painted the painting of the woman getting assaulted. So okay, but like, what's his name? You're just like weird cat eating painter guy.
He had a box of cats.
He had a box of cats. Remember there was that pimp guy. You know, like he would give them, but again, he shows up to give information and be a weird character and then leave. There was the shop owner who is the very effeminate, you know, shop owner. Mm-hmm. So you don't remember, it's not like you're saying, oh, Tina, man, yeah, or like, yeah, Alice from, you know, Nightmare, or you're not, it's not really like that. It's more like what they do, you know, and you'll remember crippled guy that tried to have a bag of cats in the last one we watched, right? And it's like Inferno's got that guy. So you almost remember it by the weird thing that they're doing. It's kind of an interesting way to look at it. They're just saying, okay, you're going to have a weird thing about you, and that's going to be what makes you memorable as a character versus like, what's my performance? What's my character's motivation? Like, what am I doing in this scene? Like, what is happening in the story? What's my character thinking? It's nothing. It's like, you don't like cats, so you're just drowning them. Like, why? Like, is he considering that's illegal? Like, that's pretty sadistic, right? Like, that's like the first signs of being a serial killer. Like, I mean, no, it doesn't matter. He's the weird guy that tried to drown the cats.
I was going to say torturing animals is usually, you know, but
red flag.
Yeah, but you know, the guy in the food truck made him pay for his sins and transgressions with immediate reciprocity.
And who's that guy?
Yeah, like, it was great too, because you see him, he goes like this, he goes, and then all of a sudden he's just Superman runs around the lake, comes over, it's like, oh, he's gonna help him. They just starts chopping at the back of his neck. I was like, it was in my head immediately, being a recovering juggalo, I was just like, neck cutter. I'm the neck cutter, and I'm 1 block away. You know, like Jesus, dude. Right. And then it was never explained.
It's never explained. It's just a random occurrence. And well, that's what even so this movie, okay, so I mean, I don't know, we've kind of just gone we just go whatever every which way, but like they're watching the movie. So while they're watching the movie they're watching is better than the movie we're watching, but that's sort of the point. The movie they're watching is the exposition for the movie we're going to continue watching.
Yep.
Kind of neat. You got that little extra bit of that movie, and then once they learn about the demons, then it's as soon as Goretta shows up in the full demon outfit with the neon spit or whatever, it's like from that point on, the next girl's like, and it's not they don't just like cut you or bite you or something. It's like a chunk comes out or something, like you're really, you know, brutalized, and then it's like it's crazy because then it's like it's just kill, frantic, running around, panicking.
Yep.
Like I can't tell how many people in that theater at some point. It looks like it's like, was there more or less people? And then halfway through, they cut away to the outside, and you're like, it was a bit jarring because you're like, well, why are we outside now?
Yeah, when they went to like the punks in the car, and my wife and I are sitting there, and I was like, because like the movie ends, and it says it's like Finn, and I'm like, that wasn't the end of the actual movie. I'm like, okay, and I'm like, because it was very jarring. I'm like, because it's a completely different like atmosphere and environment vibe with the whole deal, and they're passing around the Coke can, and she's Coke. Like, yeah, and she's like, is that? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, they're snorting blow out of a Coke can,
which is funny. That's funny.
I was like, that's pretty fun. They spill it everywhere. and they're fighting. And what the guy, the main guy, I swear to God, he had like a smushed face, like a pug. It was funny, like
his eyeballs.
Yeah.
The award for best eye-bulging performance goes to.
I think he might have actually been like on Yay when he was
Like, for real, yeah.
That's because like his eye, like it showed the white all the way around. And that motherfucker was like he had pinned pupils. He was as high as that dude in Samurai Cop that had the piece of remember that dude had the piece of coke stuck in his nose like during an entire scene and nobody said anything. Like
I haven't seen that in ages. I got to rewatch that. I don't remember that.
We watched it. There's this like background cop that's in a couple scenes,
right?
And he has a few lines of dialogue, and he's just got coke stuck in his nose. Like and you're looking because we like and we're like, is that? We're like, by God, it is. It really is. Like that is, And I mean, let's face it. This movie, 1985.
Oh yeah.
It would not surprise me if. Between takes, they're like, okay, you got the baking soda or whatever in there. Yeah, over off the side. Yeah, let's do this take. All right, here we go.
Well, that led to a very uncomfortable scene with that razor blade on that girl's thing, and you're just like, what
the fucking fuck was that? Like you said, the wife and I are watching it, and she looks at me. I'm like, look, I'm a freak, and I don't even know what the fuck this is. Like.
You just got to do the thing. This is what all husbands do. J-Man recommended this. I don't know.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know.
Jay. This was like Sean's suggestion. I have no idea why he suggested.
I got a J-Man suggested this one. I don't know. No, the most
best pick. What am I supposed to do?
It wasn't as bad as when, and I had never seen the original. I Spit on Your Grave, right?
Oh shit, yeah, I saw that.
So my buddy gives me that. He goes, hey, why don't you and the wife watch this? Or where we were dating at the time. So me and her and my dad are watching this movie.
Oh my God.
And we were dating for like about 8-9 months at that point. And we're sitting there and we're all like, should we
what is this movie?
What do we do here? We're all just going to sit here and just kind of let this play out and act like it never happened afterwards. Like, it was a very uncomfortable scene to watch with my girlfriend and my dad at the same time.
That's super weird.
It was. I'd never seen the movie. I had no fucking clue what it was.
Yeah. And I've got the original one, and we actually watched that in our horror class. But like, there's another movie called Thriller, A Cruel Picture. It's also called They Call Her One Eye. Tarantino used it as Daryl Hannah's character in she's a little bit of that Kill Bill. But anyways, the girl in it, and there's a part where like they stab her, like they show her because she has a patch, so they stab her eye. So they got a real corpse from the morgue and zoomed in and really stabbed a real eye. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what year that is. Someone could look it up. Could not be reached if you're still there. And you're just like, this is showing it. So I'm watching this movie. I got the 4K super extended version special edition. It's like this thing. So I was like, I can't wait to watch this. I'm like,
what movie is this?
It's called Thriller, A Cruel Picture. It's also called They Call Her One Eye. It's like, and I've got the extended with the full, the full experience. The money shots are there too, and it's like, so there's like stuff like that in it. But anyways, he stabs her eye, and yeah, they got her. Because I'm looking at this, I'm like, wait, what year? You pick up the box. I never seen it. I only saw it for the first time last year. I'm looking up the box. I'm like, what year is this? It's like, that looked exceptionally good. Like, that looked very good. I'm like, that's weird. Yeah, it's a real corpse. They got a body and they just stabbed the eye. They zoomed in. So for the actress, it's like it's coming close. Then they cut away and they put the other thing there, and then they really stabbed it. And then they just put the morgue back. No problem. It's good. 1973. There you go. 1973. Pete, I was like, wow, this looks fantastic. Like, what?
73.
Yeah, and they just got a body and whatever. And you're like, yeah, no problem. It's good. It's all good.
Yeah,
so who knows what's going on?
Can we get a corpse? Yeah, sure. What do you need? What's
Of course we can get one.
They're like, what make and model do you need?
Yeah, I can get it. But yeah, so this movie does use actual practical effects, and they are pretty damn good. 1985, and like,
yeah,
the guy coming out of the back of that chick was friggin' cool, man.
That was pretty intense. Just the effect looked fucking fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know what was let me look here. Hang on.
I'm trying to see what other transformation. So that, and also the colors, all of the just the cinematography. There's so many, just like Inferno, just like all these other ones that we've been watching recently. It's like the colors are so amazing.
Yeah.
It's just like the movie theater. It's a shitty movie theater, but it looked cool because of the lighting that they used.
Yep. Those look like the most uncomfortable chairs.
Oh God, of all time, yeah.
I had ever seen. Oh my God.
Oh yeah, Nostradamus. That was the thing. That's the story. It's Nostradamus's predictions.
They go to his tomb in the movie. A callback to the Andalusian Dog, 1929.
I've seen it.
They cut a dead goat out of film for. I have not seen that.
That's we saw that in film class, but I don't know if it was. I only saw that portion of it though. Could not be reached. I didn't see the full film. We watch a lot of just things just to show how anything that goes. Like there's movies where they kill a real chicken and this kind of a thing, and it just to show that the filmmaking was just whatever. The color.
The colors are amazing. God damn it!
Amazing, yeah.
God damn it, manliness.
Actually, they are. They are in this movie. They actually are amazing.
I love how they show the fog has that bluish hue to it.
I love that. Yeah.
Contrasted with the green, yellowish green eyes of the demons.
The eyes, yeah.
They're very it was almost what the Fog came out in 1982.
Man, the Fog is awesome.
I haven't watched that in so long. I need to watch the Fog.
It's awesome.
It's been a minute
since
I watched that one, because they redid that, didn't they? Was that the one with all the? No, that was The Mist, wasn't it?
No, The Mist. Well, The Mist in black and white was pretty good. If you watch they did a black and white version, which was better of that colored movie, but they did do a new Fog. Was that the kid? Was that the kid from Smallville or something? Or maybe there's some. Anyways, if it's a remake or continuation of a John Carpenter movie, there's 0% chance I'm watching it. It's I don't care. I know they did a Black Christmas. Not watching it.
It was terrible. It was a feminist. It was a feminist. Sophia Takal wrote and directed it. Imogen Poots was the main female. Literally, the patriarchy was the villain.
Right. So
it was nothing. It was nothing like even the 2006 remake. I'm sorry, could not be reached. It was The Mist. I was thinking of the one with all the actors from The Walking Dead. Frank Darabont was in it.
I didn't mind that.
That was good.
Yeah,
that was good. Plus, it had what's her name, Laurie Holden, who.
Yes, I know. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Laurie Holden from.
Walking Dead.
Also from Expect No Mercy, starring Billy Blanks, Jalal Merhi, and
I forgot about that movie.
Wolf Larson. I love those action movies. Love Billy Blanks. I met Jalal Merhi. Love all those. I saw that in the theater, man. The Fog remake, I didn't see the Fog remake either. If it's a John Carpenter remake, I'm not watching it.
There was a Fog remake with Tom.
There was a Fog remake. Yeah, there was a Fog remake.
Shalom to Hillam 29. Good to see you. We were talking about the rules of the demons and how you kill them is because it wasn't necessarily it didn't look like a headshot. It's I don't know. They almost die with
conventional. If you just cut them, they can shoot them.
Shot them, yeah. So they had enhanced strength and powers, but they weren't unstoppable, which we see when the one is outside and the two cops happen upon it and he scratches the one, because that kind of sets everything else in motion that we get later on in the movie,
which is pretty crazy. So they're walled in. That's another thing. This movie solved the problem of why don't you just leave, right? You can't leave. You can get in, but because they opened the door and allowed the punks to get in, which when they cut outside to the punks, you're like, how is this going to connect? And then they end up, and you think that this movie, they do this a lot in these Italian movies. They set up this thing and you start thinking in your head, you're like, oh, these guys, okay, so these guys will end up in the theater, obviously, because why are they showing them? And when they end up in the theater, they're going to kick major ass because they're badass guys. It's like, no.
They were fodder. They were
fodder.
cannon fodder, basically.
Right. It's so weird. Like, it doesn't use, the reason I like these is that it doesn't use conventional horror movie techniques or tropes. You're like, no, but you should, wait a minute, that guy's not supposed to die. Like, having the girl, spoilers for a movie from 1985, having the girl die in the end credits, the main girl's dead in the end credits. You're like, what in the hell? She's the first shot of the movie.
Yep.
And she's the last shot of the movie, I suppose. But what the shit? Like, the credits are rolling, and the movie is still, they're not finished the movie. I'm like, wait a minute, stop the credits. Hold on, you're not done yet. And this isn't a cool thing after credits where you see Thor's hammer or something stupid. It's like, this is like there's still a movie playing. Yep.
And when did old boy there become a dirt bike riding, samurai katana wielding badass who is just doing freaking wheelies and riding across seats and cutting people's heads off? And I'm like, okay, like it's like the way she's like, did they ever cover what? I was like, no, he just started riding the dirt bike and was like all of a sudden wielding the sword. He looked like Snake Eyes and G.I. Joe out there.
Yeah,
like cutting up a bunch of bats. He was just like pulling these.
His friend's death gave him the ability or whatever. I don't know. Yeah, it was like a power up pill or something.
He died, and he's like, there was a quickening, and he absorbed his katana skills, and he happened to be a katana wielding expert and a master dirt bike rider as well. So I think you learned from is it Carey Hart? No, he was the BMX guy, wasn't he? I don't know. He was the dirt. Yeah. He was the dirt bike kid. He was what was the kid's name that played Ralphie in A Christmas Story? He was in that.
Oh, movie. Yeah, I know. I don't
remember that movie, The Dirt Bike Kid. Stuart Pankin was the bad guy. You knew it was going to be a fun movie when Stuart Pankin was the villain.
I think. Oh no, it's not that guy. I was going to say. I think one of those guys is at the show on the weekend, but it's not. It's from. It's the kid from Willy Wonka, The Golden Ticket. Charlie or what's the guy's? What's the kid's name? What's
the guy from Dune?
No. Like the first Willy Wonka movie. Charlie, the guy who plays Charlie.
Oh,
he's going to be there.
Shit, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. His name. Good with the bow stuff. I'm pretty good with the bow stuff. Yeah. Yeah, like all of a sudden he becomes like a super badass guy. Or whatever. It's like, all right, well, why not level up?
Yep. Yeah, the movie was just like, hey, this needs to happen. What is the MacGuffin in this movie? A dirt bike and a katana.
Yeah, I guess. And like they try to like they're actually the majority of the characters are actually pretty smart for this kind of movie. Like they do say, okay, let's barricade. They're like, okay, but hold on a second. We got to figure this out. First, they think, let's stop the movie. Interesting idea to say, well, this movie is causing these demons to come in. Yeah, katana is Japanese.
That's a line from Samurai Cop.
Oh, okay.
He's a master with a katana. That's sword that's Japanese for sword.
Okay.
It's like it's utterly ridiculous dialogue. Like
I gotta rewatch that, man. That's a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, they try to turn off the movie. That's cool. Yep. And they just smash the crap out of everything. It's like, okay, it's like, yeah, but that doesn't stop it. The demons are already there. They thought, they would, and I guess it's like if they're magical, maybe that could stop them or whatever. I always wondered if in the movie, if like the movie is shown and it's the actor, like it's one of those, why is this happening in this way? Like the guy with the mask is obviously either working for the demons, or he's an agent of evil, or he's a saint worshiper. So he wants the demons to run free. Why not just take the mask and go to someone and just scratch them, and then that's it? And that's it. Like, why is this elaborate thing happening? And well, the answer to that, of course, is that because now we have an awesome movie to watch.
Yeah, the plot needs it to happen that way.
It needs it to happen that way. But you start to think, like, who filmed the movie? Like, you watch it the first time, you're like, okay, once I've seen it, like, 20 times. Well, on your 15th viewing, you start to, your mind is wandering. You're like, who's filming this movie that they're watching? And are they actors? Did they put on makeup and do makeup effects? Or did they really turn into demons and it's a documentary they're shooting? Someone's actually shooting this. If so, why are they shooting it? Why are they showing it? How they get it produced? Like, because they established that the theater is closed down or whatever. It's like, oh, I didn't even know there was a theater. Oh, they've restored it or something. And it's like, they just need people to come. They literally need people to come watch this movie just so they can turn into demons. Now, what if the girl didn't put the mask on? See, this is another question.
Yep.
What if she didn't do it? What if Greta just, went and sat down and that was it? It's like, is there going to be no demons, or would something happens in Demons 2, which could explain it? But yeah, so a lot of weird things like that, but it's just all part of the experience of this movie. This movie is, you're not supposed to, like, I'm making notes, we're discussing, we're not supposed to be doing, we're an hour, and we're not supposed to be doing an hour analyzation of this movie. We're supposed to watch this movie and be like, yo, that was awesome. Let's watch it again. That was awesome. Right. And that's it.
Yeah. I love when they go Die Hard and they're climbing through the air ducts.
Yeah. Oh, that was cool.
They see the nails and you turn around and it's the girl.
That was cool.
She got all the blood on her. Yeah. Because she never got scratched or anything. She just got the blood on her. And then so he gets offed in the vents. Tommy, I think his name was Tommy. But the one, the worst decision that the characters made was when they heard the punks shooting at the demons before they just got devoured. The girl got offed in that little side room by the old lady that got the top of her head ripped off. But they start unblocking the doors. And then the demons start climbing in through the chair maze. Yeah. And that's where you lose a lot of the ancillary characters, is what you just see random scenes of them climbing through the chairs and just getting picked off one by one. And that's where the redhead girl, who you are led to believe means something to the movie, means nothing because she just dies randomly in a throwaway scene, But the death scenes were cool. What they did show, the effects were good. The demon effects were fantastic. The cinematography, you still got that tight claustrophobic feel because you are it's a one location. It's big, but it's still one location. And the lighting, the lighting was, I liked the way it was lit and everything was framed really well. When the guy and the girl, they make it up because there's the helicopter. There's the helicopter just falls right through.
I mean, it destroy everything you're saying. It just destroy. They show that redhead girl, she's acting weird, and be like, ooh, and you're like, oh, she's something. She's part of it. No, it's like all of a sudden, how are we going to get out of this building? We're trapped in this building. Oh, a helicopter just breaks through. You're like, now there's this action scene of them trying to go up the zip line thing, and and then the guys on the roof, and there's a roof battle, and I mean they kill him in the weirdest, craziest way of wrenching him into a spike.
I was like, this is the oddest death scene.
It was
it was cool. But I was like, there's so many ways they could have went about that, but okay, rock on, go with it. This is a creative choice. So it was very, very different. God,
I mean,
and the guy had been scratched at this point. You could the ninja motorcycle guy. The final dude, he had some kind of wound on his arm,
but it wasn't from a demon, though.
No, I don't think it was.
No,
because I was waiting. I'm like, Is anything
Yeah,
going to happen to him? Are we in like a race against time for him to
I
get
was
her
thinking that too.
up the zip line? And then when they're on the roof, after they kill the mask there, the Phantom of the Demon Opera, you look at all the other windows and you see demons like running amok and killing people and all the screaming, and I was like, oh shit. So it did spread like
Fast.
wildfire. Yeah. Like it did not take long. But yeah, I like the ones like kind of smiling at him as he looked at him. One of the first ones they show, which was freaking cool. And yeah, then the credits are rolling. We have this batshit crazy ending.
I mean, I love that there's like this survival family. Like, hey, Dad, load me up. Here you go, son. It's like it's like all of a sudden you get outside. Your two leads are outside, and they crawl down. They get out of the stupid the Metropole. They get out of the theater, and the entire world is just like destroyed. Like everyone's running around. Demons are everywhere, and like there's this family, this dad, and he's got his daughter and his son, and they're kicking the shit. They're blowing demons away.
Yep.
And like they're like, come on, let's go. And like we're gonna head over here. And you're like, okay, that's cool. And the demons, yeah, you can kill them. So it's weird. It's like there's advantages and disadvantages. So the demons are smarter and they're craftier than zombies. So they'll figure out ways to mess with you. And all they need to do is scratch you, bleed on you, or bite you, or whatever, and you'll turn into a demon. However, they can also be killed way easier. They don't need to be shot exactly in the head like a zombie. So zombies are slower, but you have to be precise, and they can overwhelm you with their numbers. They can't run though, whereas these demons can run around and whatever, and they're a little bit stronger because they can pick stuff up. But you can kill them easier. So I don't know I have no idea what's a better what's a better thing to fight, I guess. But this family, like, load me up, son. And like the daughter's blowing, they're kids and they're shooting the crap out of these demons. They were awesome.
I love it. It's like, we got more guns on the floor back there, and just pulls out a bag of fucking automatic weapons and such. How did I'm trying to think how did she get out of the Jeep? Did they stop?
They shot her out or whatever.
Oh, yeah. She turned and they shot her in the head.
Yeah, I mean, that was like, they literally, like, you're like, okay, the credits are rolling and the main girl is just blown away. And you're like, she's just a demon. So she had gotten scratched at some point and she just gets blown away. Average Night in Memphis. Exactly. That's exactly it. Twin Pine family. Yeah, it was actually, that's what it looked like. Get away from my pine here.
I bought that the little DVD set
of Back to the Future.
Yep, Back to the Future.
Oh, I love those movies. Part one's a perfect movie.
Yep.
Setup, payoff, characters, everything the first half an hour pays off in the rest of the movie as you watch it. Every single scene is important. Every actor's on point. Story is universal. Everyone wants to see their parents as young. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, that's like one of the best films, like in terms of like everything, because the music is great. And you know what's interesting about Back to the Future right now? If you watch it now, you're actually getting multiple timelines because you're seeing the way things were in the 80s.
Yeah.
Because in the 80s, we watched it and you're like, oh, you went back to the 50s, but you watch it now, you're like, oh, hey, this is the 80s and the 50s. So you actually get to like look through time. You know, you get a picture of the 80s and then you get a picture of the 50s. What an awesome movie. I mean, it's just genius. And then I like 2 and 3. They're fine. Like everything's good. Like I like all 3. They're all great, but like part 1 is a super masterpiece. Skeptic likes 3 more than 2. Whatever. It's there's no hot takes. They're all cool movies.
Yeah. My son asked me to watch. He says, "Hey, can we watch Back to the Future?" I was like, "Yeah." So I went out and I bought it. He saw like a short with a clip from it, and it caught his interest, so he wants to watch the movie. But this was fun. It was another. Hey, there was a overarching story to this one so it wasn't just random scenes,
Right.
like Inferno.
Yeah.
But I liked it. Like I said, there was little to no character development for pretty much anybody except for Ninja Motorcycle Guy.
That's his name in the credits too. If you look at the
Ninja
credits.
Motorcycle Guy. It's better than the one I think it was the guy in Samurai Cop. There was a guy credited as penis grabbing henchman. Penis grabbing henchman forever.
Oh man, I don't own Samurai. I don't think I own Samurai Cop. I have to check my list. When you have over 4,000 movies, you start to forget what you own. I'm gonna look and see if I own that. But I need to have that movie. But also, I definitely need to rewatch that because it's a great movie. Let me see if I have it. Samurai. Oh, I have American Samurai on VHS. That was a great movie. No, I do not have Samurai Cop. I got to get that. Damn.
Yeah, that one's. I found it again. It was on Prime. I think it was.
Yeah, so I'll get it from the library, but I'd like to own a copy of it too because that's one worth having.
Oh yeah, Vinegar. I think Vinegar's Tubi has it.
Tubi has it. Yeah.
Yep. Tubi has so much on there.
Oh, that's great.
I think Vinegar Syndrome. It was. I can't remember if it was them or Synapse released it.
It's not. I don't think it was. I've got the Vinegar Syndrome store not too far from me.
Okay.
And
so it might have been Synapse.
That store doesn't just have Vinegar Syndrome releases; it has everything. It has has all of these boutique ones because they order it in and put it all in there, and they even have a VHS. They have a VHS section and they have a vinyl section. And dude, they have some of these soundtracks on vinyl that we're talking about. Right? They have Demons 2. I think they had the vinyl of Demons 2 soundtrack. I could buy them. They're just literally going to go into the collection box or something. I've got, do I have the soundtrack? I don't know if I have this soundtrack. I might have Demons, the soundtrack. But a lot of these I do have the soundtracks to, like the 4K or Blu-ray comes with the CD a lot of the time. So Suspiria, when we watch that, I've got that. I have Opera. I have Conquest. I don't think you're not ready for Conquest just yet. Yeah, Church is on Tubi. Church is Demons 3, kind of. Demons 2 is an apartment building. So they're saying that this movie, it continues from this movie, but they're saying they managed to block it off. So it wasn't the whole world. It was just that section. Okay. So there's people watching coverage of the demon town, and one of the demons from the demon town comes through their television and then is now in the apartment building. That's the story of Demons 2. You're like, I love it.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Awesome. Clearly that's awesome.
That's like Shocker.
Oh, I love Shocker.
But yeah, that's a
fantastic. I know you guys did that one, yeah.
Yep. I adore that movie,
that's
man.
Awesome.
I've watched it so many times. Yeah. Fucking Mitch Pileggi as Horace Pinker.
He's the best. When the little girl becomes Shocker, that was the best.
She's limping. And Vincent Gastafaro from Deputy Rick is in it. Wherever the red dot goes,
yeah,
bang. And Tommy Jarvis saved him from death in part 6 by locking him in the cell because he's the only cop that survived because Jason never went to the police station. No. And he would survive and go on to become sheriff until Never Hike Alone 2. And if you've never seen that, he's in it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he comes back as Deputy Rick.
Oh my God, that's neat.
Or he's the sheriff now, but yeah.
Right, sheriff. Oh my God, that's cool.
It's on YouTube.
Yeah.
I highly recommend
film or whatever, right?
Yep, yeah. Vincent DeSanti played Jason, and then I think it was Vincent DeSanti, I believe.
Never Hike Alone?
Yeah, Never Hike Alone by Womp Stomp Productions. They did 2 of the best Jason fan films I've ever seen.
I'm looking at it now. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, I've seen these. I haven't seen it, but I've seen like now that I'm looking at the thing. I saw Michael or Jason versus Michael. Someone did that. Yep. That was not bad.
No,
it was just a fight though. It wasn't really a story. Or if there was a story, I just forwarded. story.
Never Hike in the Snow is good. That's another one they did.
Is it all Jason? It's all,
yeah. Oh yeah, they're all Jason.
Yeah, Womp Stomp Films.
Womp.
I'll subscribe to it. So I can have
Yeah,
them on here.
yeah, their stuff's good. But no, this I dug it. I like the insane, like you said, the frantic nature of a lot of the scenes, and it's just unsettling, for the characters, because there's that claustrophobic trap feeling, and you've got all these demons to contend with, and they're just mostly, the characters are largely inept except for a few of them. So yeah, it was cool. I dug it. I guess it's time to score it now.
Well, I mean, mine's a 10 out of 10 masterpiece. I love this movie, so you can like give it whatever you feel it deserves. For me, the problem is that this is one of the ones I was scared. As I said, I was scared to rent it. I finally broke down and rented it myself. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to get it, because my buddies were being like, oh, I don't know. I was like, I'll just get it. And I watched it myself, and I was like, well, this is the damn best. I got that VHS copy. I showed it to people anytime. Any of my friends who I met, there's like a few movies. 12 Angry Men is one. Black and White, Henry Fonda, top 10 favorite movies of all time. I've memorized it. I love it. Army of Darkness is another one. If you haven't seen Army of Darkness, you got to watch that. What's it called? Demons. And if you're doing Friday 13th Part 6 is always my go-to. That's my favorite. I usually Halloween, if I do it, it'd be Halloween 1, because it's good to just watch Part 1. But yeah, but Demons is one of those ones. Like for you, we started with Tenebrae. I don't know why I did that. I think we were talking about Giallo specifically.
Yeah.
I don't know how it came about now when I said, well, let's just watch Tenebrae, because that's, this one is not clearly it's not a Giallo. There's no mystery to solve or anything. It's just basically a splatter movie. But this is one of the ones where I'm like, you got to watch this. And I've had, there's not anyone I've ever showed it to who's walked away saying, not for me. Everyone, now there's not everyone saying, wow, it's a masterpiece. But for me, watching it at that time in that place, and then just kind of going with that, and then that's one of the gateway ones, because you're like, oh, I like these Italian movies. Who's this Bava person? Then you'd see Mario Bava. You're like, hey, wait, Lamberto Bava. Oh, they must be like brothers or something. I don't know. So then you rent his movies. Then you see, and Dario Argento's name is on. You're like, oh, Dario Argento, and he helped with Dawn. So Dawn of the Dead has a sequel. They continued Dawn of the Dead as a separate series with Dario, and it's Zombie 2. So the movie Zombie, the movie that you know as Zombie, that's not the real title. It's actually Zombie 2. Zombie Part 1 is actually Dawn of the Dead.
So that's the original zombie from the cemetery in Night of the Living Dead that plays the zombie in this one. Is that the one that?
No, I don't think they did it in that way. They're just it's just a continuation. So so Dawn of the Dead, like Part 2 or Romero, that's got Goblin's music in it. They've got, you had it on VHS whenever we met last year, I think.
Yeah, it's right over there.
Argento's name should be on there somewhere, and Goblin's name should be on there too. So in Italy, that movie is not called Dawn of the Dead. That's its own movie. They call it its own movie. It's called Zombie, or is it Lucio Fulci? Sorry, is it Fulci or D'Argento? It should be. I thought.
Yep. Music by the Goblins with Dario Argento.
So, yeah, that's it. The music on that is awesome. So anyways, then that movie is called Zombie. Okay. Then they made a Zombie 2 and a Zombie 3. And yes, of course I own those. So, but Zombie 2 and Zombie 3 were really popular, so they released those in America, but they couldn't call it Zombie 2 because there's no Zombie 1, and Romero already did Day of the Dead, which is a continuation of Dawn of the Dead, so there's no point in continuing it. They didn't want to link it to that, so they just called it Zombie. That movie is really Zombie 2. And then there might be a Zombie 2 in America, which is actually Zombie 3.
Holy
so
shit.
The good news is that it's not confusing in the slightest.
That's a Charlie Day board back here with all those strings and everything attached to it.
Okay, so wait, what's that one? Anyways, Dawn of the Dead is is the best zombie film of all time and one of the best horror movies ever made. So that's standard. Zombie or Zombie 2 is pretty neat. There's like a zombie fights a shark and stuff. Like it gets pretty cool. It's all kind of shit that we're looking at now. It's all weird stuff. You're like, what is all this nonsense? I can't remember if it ended up being, I have to look, and it's zombie with an I, zombie, like zombie. Yeah, 1979. That's Zombie 2. So with an I, and it's it's Fulci. So it's Fulci. I thought so. That's a Fulci one. I know Dario was on there, but Fulci did the second one, and it's under the Fulci thing. Yeah, I thought so. That's a continuation of Dawn of the Dead. So it's a sequel to Romero's Dawn of the Dead, which was released under the title Zombie, blah 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 blah, and then you can read about it there. But yeah,
okay,
New York, it's a cool movie too. Should do that one time. Anyways,
I'll score this one. I'll give this one unequivocally a 5 out of 5. It hit all the notes, man. It was batshit crazy. There was freaking great special effects. It delivers on a cool set piece after cool set piece with an ending that leaves you kind of scratching your head. So yeah, I enjoyed it. This is a 5 out of 5 for me. It's been a while since I think I've given anything a 5 out of 5, but this one rightly deserves it. I found a movie that I watched on Viewer's Choice pay-per-view.
Okay.
And when I do the title card for this, I'm going to edit it with a Viewer's Choice pay-per-view intro because I have one recorded.
Okay.
It's called The Cellar.
Oh, I have it.
Yeah, you do?
Yeah,
I found it on YouTube. I was like, oh, shit. Because I was talking to Tony about, like, specific, like, creature horror. And I'm like, man, there was this movie I watched as a kid. I remember seeing it on pay-per-view just because I saw the trailer for it. And I'm like, I'll watch this, because we got everything for free. So I Googled, I'm like, movie. It was like a Native American theme with like a Native American type creature, whatever, living in a and it's The Cellar from like 88 or 89. And I'm like, we are going to watch this. Right? I want to do like a commentary for it and then like do a review of it.
I've got the VHS. I was just checking my list. VHS, man, The Cellar. That's going back. I don't think I upgraded that one. I should upgrade that one unless they retitle it as Cellar Dweller, but I think they're two different movies because I've got them as two separate entries in my list.
Okay.
The Cellar, yeah. Let me look it up just to make sure. The Cellar. 1980 was 89. Yep. I have this on VHS. Yep, I have this one on VHS. Yeah, this monster. Yeah, I remember all this. Yeah, I remember all this. Yeah.
Yeah,
God, I haven't seen that in ages.
Mm-hmm. It's been so long since I watched that one. I'm like, yep, this is gonna happen. I wanna watch that one. It's got I think the dad in that is the bad guy from Cobra.
Let's see. Oh, it's on Vinegar Syndrome, by the way, so I'm gonna have to upgrade that.
Oh
yeah, it's Patrick Kilpatrick. Yeah, Patrick Kilpatrick. Yeah, he's and he's the Sandman from Death Warrant.
Oh my God, yes.
I'm the Sandman, I can't die.
Yeah,
it's like, you got to pull through. You got to like literally a pull through your chest. So I think you're.
Yeah.
I think you're dead. I'm not.
What was that? There was a supernatural cop movie with Lou Diamond Phillips.
Oh shit! Serpent and the Rainbow. No.
Wasn't Serpent and the Rainbow?
Lou Diamond Phillips, supernatural cop.
Yeah.
Look it up.
I'm trying to think because that was another one I remember watching with my mom because she was always a big Lou Diamond Phillips fan, and which he was great in Longmire.
That was an awesome. I don't know anyone who watched that show. You're the only person, period, that has ever mentioned that ever. And Katie Sackhoff's in that too, and all that.
Yep.
I thought that was an awesome.
I did too.
I felt like it didn't go anywhere. Like it's like people weren't talking about it, and it wasn't, Final Sign. Is that the
power?
One? The power.
The power. It's like the
First Power.
First Power.
Yeah, I've seen it. First Power, of course.
That's another one. The First.
That's a great movie. Yeah, let me see if I own that. The First. I have to look up everything.
I don't have. I know I don't have.
Yeah, I have it. I have First Power. I should have known I had. Dude, it's really it's disturbing. I have to look it up on the spreadsheet because I don't. I'm like, oh yeah, First Power. I think I own that. It's like, yeah, I do own it. Longmire was great, but First Power is friggin' awesome too.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I like I said, Lou Diamond Phillips, superb. Longmire, Jason Taylor as Walt Longmire was great. I guess the book series for that is really good as well. Because I'm pretty sure they did novelization. It was like a novel first or something.
Oh, it could be.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's basically a detective series, really. I guess it's.
Well,
it's
yeah.
He's a whatever.
Yep.
So it could be books.
Because I watched that, and then after I watched that, it was I started watching what the hell was that? Yellowstone or whatever, because that had come out.
Yeah, that's on. I would have to go to the library to get that because I don't have that wherever it is.
It was okay. My wife loved it. She watched all the spin-offs and everything. I'm just like, it's good. I just kind of lost interest after a couple seasons because it got kind of formulaic, and I don't know, some of the side character shit I was just like meh with, but it was it was okay.
Like my TV show watching though is like way not with anyone, is not aligned. Like I just watched Wolf Hall, which is about Thomas Cromwell and Henry VIII. I love period stuff. I'm waiting for Gilded Age season 3, which is a Julian Fellows. I've seen every Julian Fellows thing, so Downton Abbey, all that stuff. I love period drama. I love history and all that. I want to be an archaeologist, so I like all of that kind of stuff. So it's like that's really like all my buddies like, yeah, did you watch? I'm like, yeah, I'm watching like Wolf Hall. What the shit is that? It's like, is that like Brotherhood of the Wolf? I'm like, no, it's about Henry VIII. It's like, oh, never mind, not for me.
I'm watching Step by Step.
Oh
Three's Company
on TV as well. Yeah.
What the hell else is Silicon Valley, Highlander, the Highlander.
Highlander, and there's the Raven.
Yep, the Highlander series. And like I said, I got Melrose Place going right now.
I've seen those
because I've watched that show ad nauseum. It's when it was on. I own a couple seasons of it, like Dallas.
Oh, beautiful.
Like, I own a couple seasons. I love Dallas.
Dallas. That's big. Yeah, that's a big one. Larry
Hagman is J.R. Ewing. I'm like,
yeah, J.R.
I never understood that. I've been watching that show since I was a kid. I'm like, how the hell do they day drink so much? Like I've done that before, and I am utterly useless. Like they're drinking like bourbon at like 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, motherfucker, if I had a shot of bourbon at 8 o'clock, I'd be in bed until 5.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. It's just like all the nighttime soaps. It's like, I guess they figured it's nighttime soap, so why not? But I would watch Dallas here and there when it was on. So I think for soaps, my grandmother would have had to, because she would take care of me a lot of times. So like I would watch like One Life to Live. We'd watch the daytime soaps. The nighttime ones, not as much. I don't think my mom was into it, but I would watch anything on TV. So yeah, Three's Company and like any of those shows, like WKRP. I know you like that one. That's one of your favorites, I can tell, because you always have that on. That's a great one. I'd watch all of those. That, unfortunately, they can't really get proper versions of because of the rights, I suppose, for all of the music.
Shout Factory had it, the original unedited one, and I was going to order it, and they sold out.
Man.
They had it on sale. So if I get one now, if I can't track one of those down, I'll have to get like the one without all the licensed music.
I wonder if I can. Let me write that down. I wonder if I can find that. I sometimes have pretty good luck with TV shows. Let me write that down.
That was part of the reason why I got into radio. When because I DJ'd, for 6 years.
Awesome.
And yeah, I was on FM. It's just a very small couple
That's
radio
okay.
stations I worked for. But yeah, it was fun at times, and you don't make any money, I'll tell you that.
Right.
But yeah, it was fun because like I got to where I was the only DJ on a classic rock station that we had, which I did that for a couple months, and then I packed it in. I'm like, I'm done with this, because I was working like 70 hours a week for Chrysler, and then another 20 to 30 at the radio station, and then wrestling on the weekends. And
oh my God, that's
yeah. So it was like, I can't do this anymore. This is way too much for no return on investment,
Right. It is a cool thing though. Like, I mean, that would be kind of,
it was fun to get to do and say I did it, because literally I was doing ad reads for our dealership, and then the owner of the radio station, she would come in and be like, hey, can you read for a couple other local businesses? I'm like, yeah. So I would do the ad reads. I'm like, hey, why don't you give me a job? And she's like, do you have any experience? I'm like, I'm a freaking professional wrestler and a ring announcer. I'm like, I really don't think I need any more experience than that. Just teach me how to use the equipment. And they hired me. So
yeah, well, you are good. I watched some of the Super Shogun when you were doing the
commentary,
which was pretty good. So I watched a little bit of that. I was trying to pinpoint. I went through a lot of what was on YouTube, and I was trying to like pinpoint like where I could see. I'm just watching I want to see what you're up to, right?
Yeah.
So I was trying to like find something, and I was like, oh, you're doing commentary. So I watched that a little bit. So that's fun. It looked neat.
Oh, dude, the production value, fingers crossed, will eventually land us a TV deal.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. We've got a fucking huge billboard right on I-75 outside of the venue, facing two sides on 75. I do have a face for radio. I'm a goblin. But no, it's a lot of fun, man. And we've got like a full production area backstage, like gorilla position and everything. It's a blast, man. Like commentary desk. I mean, I hate doing commentary because I want to be wrestling.
Right.
But everybody loves it when I do commentary.
No, I was gonna say I really like I really liked the commentary that you did, and I thought, he's really good at that, because I find that to be very difficult. Like I've tried to practice it myself to be, because I could never be a wrestler, but I thought it would need to be a commentator, but it's very difficult, because you have to read so much as to what's going on, and then the worst is like, and I've seen even with the WWE guys, when there's a botch or something, they're pretty fast, like, but there is that like half-second brain delay of, oh fuck, they screwed this up, but I've got to somehow salvage this or whatever, and then they're like, oh, she didn't get the full hit, or he kind of ducked out of the and he didn't duck shit, buddy, like it's a miss, but whatever. But that's difficult, and then you got to keep it exciting, because even there's still dead spots, right? It's tough. Like that's a tough job. So I think if you do it well, it's a fun. Plus if you're doing it as Pete Daddy Dollar, it makes it funnier. I used to love when the bad guys, like the bad guys would do it, but they're doing it as their character, and then they're just like, just bag on the on the face. Oh, he's terrible. That moves, I could have kicked out of that, no problem. Like, what are you talking about?
That is one of my favorite things, is I get to do my color commentary as a heel, because there's not many heel color commentators. And I had a couple of the boys in the back that are in OVW right now. They came out and they're like, dude, you sound like a cross between Bobby Heenan and Jesse Ventura out there. I'm like,
that's the highest compliment you could possibly get. That, I mean, those guys are the champions. Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not worthy of that, but thank you, like Jesus. But they're like, no, man, like you had us going in the back, like you popped a couple times with the shit you said. I'm like, all right, good. I'm like, because that means it's going over well, and I'm helping advance the stories, and people are. You've got to be able to enjoy listening to the show as well as watching it.
No, that is true, and actually, those commentators from my childhood, like listening to Gorilla and all the Heenan and all the guys you mentioned, it's like they actually made it better. And to the point where sometimes I felt like, because I've been to many live shows, you're almost like, I wish I could hear the commentary, like it's like you almost want to hear the commentary because you can't hear it at the live show. You don't really hear it, but it's like, it'd be neat to hear it sometimes because like, I kind of miss not hearing it, especially Gorilla and those classic guys, Heenan and Jesse, and even Vince McMahon, like he 1, 2, 3, you champion. Oh, it's a 2 count. It's a 2 count. I was like, buddy, okay, so, like, what do you mean you champion? Nothing's happened. It's a 2 count. Relax. Like Vince McMahon was like, this is before I knew Vince McMahon was the owner. I just knew him as a character. Yeah. Show. I'm like, is this guy insane? Like, this guy's like the most overhyped, or like, what's the guy's name? Jim Ross. Stone Cold. Is that you're good, buddy? Relax. You're literally gonna have a heart attack.
I fucking love JR. Probably one of the best commentators. Gordon Soley was one of my favorites.
Oh my gosh!
Back in the day, man. Yeah, God, what an icon. But yeah, like I used to love Nitro with Shivani and Mike Tenay and Bobby Heenan. Heenan was. I mean, there's no amount of praise that I can say about that man that hasn't already been said. He was amazing. What a mind for the business. Just an incredible man.
He's the only one that actually makes me like actually sad, like to think about, like, I'm like, oh man. And I mean, like, he had the funniest thing ever was the Marty Jannetty tried to escape by jumping through the window of the barber shop, and it was Shawn Michaels kicked him through it. Yep. He threw him through the. He's like, oh my god, he tried to escape, and then Gorilla Monsoon's like, are you blind? JR's top. Yeah, JR's top. Jim Ross is like a top in the sense of like legit, like good commentary, like this textbook commentary. But the thing is that I like Bobby Heenan's heel takes, because he made it like, Jim Ross, you're not laughing, you're just like, oh, this is very good, and he's making it exciting. But Bobby the Heenan, I was just laughing, I was crying my eyes out most of the time on it. Wrestling was like it became a comedy hour of Bobby the Brain Heenan just being funny for 2 hours or whatever it was. And it's like, I mean, see, like, this is for see, I don't know anything outside of WWE. I wouldn't have gotten any stuff in Canada. We just kind of watched, and even WCW. I only got WCW when Hogan went over, like when they started, poaching all of the guys. That's when I went back to WCW. But we didn't get much of it even in Canada. You had to have the special cable because it's Ted Turner's thing, right? It's Turner Broadcasting. So we didn't have that unless you bought a package. So I didn't get that till I got sort of the cable box. When I got the cable box, then I was able to do WCW.
Gorilla Monsoon and Jesse Ventura. I don't know. Why don't you tell me, Gorilla Monsoon? Yeah, I love Jesse. And yeah, Gorilla was good. The electricity's so thick you could cut it with a knife. That was, there's so many iconic lines, and I will take and incorporate some of those into my commentary. And it's literally, I do that not for the casual fans that are watching, but I do that for the boys that are watching in the back. When I'm live and we're recording the shows, because it's like, there'll be some fans that'll be like, oh shit, that's like, I've used the he's not fast, he's sudden, which is a Gordon Soley line about one of the guys on the roster. One of the young guns, this kid's 19, one of the most pure talented wrestler athletes I've ever seen, kid, and he's tremendously humble. I had the pleasure working my first match back with him, first match in 7 years against him and a 27-year-old who's just freaking fantastic, So they made, the old man keep pace with him, which it's funny too, because when these guys first meet me, none of them guessed I was in my 40s. They all thought I was like, mid to late 30s, just by the way I carry myself. And I get in the ring and they're like, you would never guess you have 2 bad knees. I'm like, nope. Not until the next day when I go to get out of bed. And like I said, I wrestled Saturday night, went to practice for 4 hours and then golfed 18 holes Sunday. Monday, I was like, oh God,
Oh my god.
Oh god.
I do nothing. I do nothing athletic. I read comics. I had to read whatever comics for my stream this week, and that's it. Surf's Up, Wave Mania is the worst sequel ever. Wave Mania? I don't know what that is. Attempt to Surf's Up with Undertaker, Vince Cena, Triple H. I don't know what the heck you're talking. Skeptic, you've lost your mind.
I've never seen that. Oh my god. It sounds terrible though. It sounds terrible though. But we'll go ahead and we'll wrap here. Next Tuesday we'll figure out what we're gonna watch, and we will let you guys know, of course. And me and J-Man will be right back here at 8:05, new start time for the program, 8:05 Eastern. Just like Nitro on Monday nights. Patreon, if you're over there, if you're not supporting us on Patreon yet, hey, that's available here. Right here's, and if you're like, hey Pete, where can we support you at on Patreon? Where's the link? There's the link right there. And we just uploaded, like I said, match commentary for Shawn Michaels versus Cena. That is roughly a 1 hour commentary, about 45-minute match. Before that, I've got a Andy Sedaris. If you're a fan of Bullets, Bombs, and Babes, Andy Sedaris is my man. I re-edited all of the trailers for those movies, and I released them as an omnibus with a good friend of mine reading the Kasey of Kasey's Hot Takes on Nitro. Read the prologue to it's a 19-minute trailer omnibus. All the trailers are there for all the Bullets, Bombs, and Babes movies. We've got horror commentaries over there. We did In the Mouth of Madness. There's Chris Jericho's horror movie Dark Match, the wrestling horror movie. We did Miami Connection. There is a ton. The entire Hatchet franchise is over there.
Those are all good.
Yeah. So go on over, $2 a month to become a Brainbuster. Over there on Patreon, or channel memberships are available. You can become a Kazooian, and I literally send you a kazoo with our old Place to Be Reviews logo on it and a wrestling trading card. And we have t-shirts, we have merch. I have Pete Daddy Dollar t-shirts available. Let me see if I have it. I don't know if I have a picture.
Is that where are those? Are those like, is it Redbubble? Like, do you have it on a, or you just do it?
If you want a t-shirt, you hit me up and I send it to you, because Teespring, I had an entire Teespring store with our Wrestling with Horror logo, and Teespring just took my whole store down. So the only thing left up there are the new Wakuian Order NWO shirts we have, which I'll leave those up. I'm going to nuke the Teespring store. We're going to start over. I'm going to do a commercial. There'll be contact information in there, but the shirts are all sizes, small through 2X are $20. You can comment on a video and we'll figure out an email contact, and I will send you a shirt. No shipping, $20, sizes small through 2X. It's got my wrestling logo on it. And I do have that somewhere here. Let me see. You know, the best thing to do would be just to do this here.
You can only have a certain amount on StreamYard, though. I run out of room every time. I don't have any of the wrestling clips uploaded on StreamYard, especially this brand, because somebody would yell at me for having wrestling. Right. But here, let me show you just what we have here. Hang on. As far as my logo goes, the easiest way to do that, if you guys are new here and you haven't seen it, is to show you let's see, where's a short promo I have here? I'm looking. Here's the let's see. Here's the last one right here. We'll do this. We'll do this right here. I'll just pull the screen up. We won't even watch the promo, because I was going to say you can, like I've seen it on you.
Here's the logo right here. The green money bag and the Pete Daddy Dollar. That's the logo right there. They're all black t-shirts. $20. If you want one, hit me up. I'll ship it out to you. No shipping charge. We do ship international as well, so there's no constraints there, folks. But thank you everybody for joining us. We appreciate you guys. We're gonna get out of here. I'm Pete. This is J-Man. If we don't see you, have a great day, a pleasant tomorrow. We'll catch you on the next one. And remember, it's always better to burn out than fade away.